This is how the show starts, with me playing guitar and making everything sure everything is on. Seeing if anybody's here yet, and just singing a song, you know it's true. Trevor talks it through for me and you, but mostly for me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hello, everybody. It's taping this Sunday morning in front of a live streaming audience. Live streaming audience. That's right. That's what I got right here. Oh, some people are here. That's wonderful. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Morning, all. Man, today is going to be something. It's going to be something. I know the hype has been building for this episode for quite a while. Today, we tackle a subject. I mean, it's talked about a lot, but I think I can take my own spin on it. I mean, it's big in the media, and the celebrities are always trying to get on it. We're talking about carburetors. Carburetors today. Yep, that was what the people wanted. The last episode 2 weeks ago. That's it's been on the list for quite a while, but it was finally pushed over the top. I'm sure people have not been sleeping in the last 2 weeks, trying to find oh my God, carburetors are coming up. Carburetors, this is so exciting. I can't wait. It's like Christmas, but with auto parts. Or maybe you get auto parts for Christmas. I'm sorry, that was judgmental of me. I was assuming that auto parts do not fit into your holiday traditions. Whatever, it may not even be Christmas. Might just be whatever. Maybe, Halloween auto parts. Maybe that's you dress up as auto parts at Halloween or something. Anyway, it's going to be, it's such a big show. I've spent a lot of time in deep research on this topic. There's just so much to cover. And I'm not rambling on because I don't have a lot of material to fill in today's show. That's not it at all. Yeah, so many songs about carburetors. It was hard for me to narrow them down. Excellent. Let's see who's around today. We got some people on the stream. That's good. What was I going to start with today? What was I going to... trying to think. I'm always trying to think about trying to talk about, what's been going on in my life before we get going here to try to make it seem like, something's going on. So I submitted, well, I finished my PhD thesis, if anyone's following that. I don't know how you would. So that's good. It means I might have some more time to do stuff, like writing stuff. And what else is going on? What else did I do this week? Oh, and tomorrow night's the last of my comedy courses. I was running a couple of comedy courses. And so if anyone wants to get on that action, I don't know when I'm going to run another one, but just email me, trevstrong@gmail.com. And, okay, let's get on to carburetors. So, man, carburetors. So I decided I'm going to start off here by doing a poetry section. Oh, my God. I had my screen perfect again, and now it's got that little blue... Never. It's because as I'm not actually in a real studio here, believe it or not. I'm in like a room, and it has windows. And now that the sun's starting to hit, it's messing up all my lighting. I set my lighting up a little earlier, and the sun comes out, messes it all up. I guess that's why people in Hollywood build actual studios instead of filming everything from rooms in their houses. Interesting. Some people are actually on the Facebook as well. John Noble's there, and Stephanie. Hi from Baja, Canada, Minnesota. What? Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there. So let's get on with I was trying to find songs about carburetors. I only found one song that actually had the word carburetor in the title, and I'm going to sing that a little later. But I found that there's this website that just, if you put in any word, it gets lyrics for whatever. It shows you the lyrics of the song with that word in it. So I'm going to read a few, just like as if they're poetry. So I found some. So here we go. This one here, My Little Machine by Sonny Boy Williamson II. Oh, yes. Something's getting wrong with my little machine. Oh, yes, something's getting wrong with my little machine. Now she got a standard carburetor. That was beautiful, hey? Beautiful. There's a band called the Carburetors? How did I miss that on my Google search? I obviously didn't spend enough time researching. But I don't want to sing a song unless they have a song about carburetors. Let's take a look. What have I got here? Mira. Here we go. Someone called Mira from the album You Think It's Like This, but really it's like this. It's a very confusing title. Here we go. Lips and carburetor sighs. Even though I know they're telling lies. Be still, my heart. That was very good, carburetor poetry. We'll do a couple more here. Where's Queen? I'm in love with my car. I looked at this one to cover, but it only says carburetor once, so I decided not to for today. But I'll read a couple of the lines here. This poetry. Told my girl I'll have to forget her, rather than buy me a new carburetor. So she made tracks. Isn't this beautiful? Song lyrics really are poetry. Really are poetry. I'm going to read one more. It's my favorite. Where is it? Where is this one? Where is this one? Here we are. This one is called, it's from a group called Alien Sex Fiend. Alien Sex Fiend. And the album is War Dance of the Alien Sex Fiend. And the title is Drive My Rocket, bracket up Uranus. People used to say Uranus. I've noticed that that a lot of people are now like switching it up and going, no, it's Uranus. It's Uranus. It's not. But I'm pretty sure Alien Sex Fiend in this following lyrics that I shall read as poetry want it pronounced Uranus for very obvious reasons. So here, I'll read a little bit of there. Drive my rocket up Uranus, baby, till it hurts. Drive my rocket ship just a little farther. My carburetor's clogged. So there you go. I might do that again. Just looking up lyrics. So there were some carburetor lyrics without having to do the whole song, because most of these songs just say carburetor once. But that last one, the Alien Sex Fiend song, really gets you thinking. Hey, really gets you thinking. Yeah. I should put up a picture of a carburetor now, because it's about carburetors. Here we go. So there's a picture of a carburetor. Oh, my stupid green screen. Anyway, a picture of a carburetor right there. Isn't that exciting? Yeah. Look at those, all the parts of it. You can see there. It's got a choke thingy and a clear air. I know nothing about this, by the way. I'm not a technical guy at all. But there. So if you want to learn at home, there you go. There's carburetors. When I get another picture. Here's a nice. Let's get a picture of a nice carburetor. There we go. Isn't that nice? That's lovely. That's lovely. Isn't that beautiful? That's beautiful. Kago Mashuko is saying Uranus is the correct pronunciation, no matter what others say. Yeah, it's mainly the educators are kind of, when they're introducing it in class, that Uranus. It's like being the French teacher when you introduce the word seal for the first time. That must be you must dread that every year. Okay, kids, we're going to talk about the seal now, which in French is, well, you all know what that is. Yeah. Lake Titicaca. That was another one of my favorites in geography class. I remember that day when they said, and this is Lake Titicaca. And that was it for the class. Class was over. Nothing else could be taught that day. Titicaca. How old am I now? David is asking, are carburetors still used, or are they replaced by fuel injection? Well, David, that's excellent, because I'm about to get into, so I was looking through the Wikipedia page for carburetors here. Got it up right now. And I decided to write a musical for carburetors. So I'll talk a bit about carburetors, and then I'll sing from my musical. So first of all, the term carburetor itself, the term carburetor, where does that come from? Every time I spell carburetor, I spell it differently, and it's always wrong. Like every time I type it in on whatever, the little squiggly line underneath, you're an idiot who doesn't know to spell line on whatever text you put in, it always pops up. It's I think I should actually just say carburetor, carburetor, Carburetor. Carburetor. No, it's Carburetor. Carburetor. That's how you say it. So I was thinking of doing a musical about the carburetor because there's so much material. So I was going to start it off. This musical with just an introductory song, maybe with everyone, all the cast on stage, the whole cast on stage. And we're just going to sing about the word carburetor, just to get this, like the big pick-me-up song at the start. What's in the word? Carburetor. So if you're at home, it's kind of catchy because I want this to be the big up number. So we're starting at the beginning of Carburetor the Musical. Like, what is a carburetor? What does carburetor even mean? Maybe someone could run on stage and go, carburetor, what does that even mean? What does that word mean? And then another character would go, you don't know what a carburetor means? Well, I'll tell you. And then they start off, and then everyone starts jumping up and down. Okay, this is just this whole musical is very rough at the moment. It's probably going to take me another week to finish and cast it and get it on Broadway. Well, once Broadway opens again. So here we are. Here's the starting song to Carburetor the Musical. What's in a word? Carburetor. What's in a word? Carburetor. So that's like one person says that, and then everyone goes, carburetor. And then another character goes, what's in a word? Carburetor. What's in a word? Like that. So we got all the action on stage, all the people moving around. Anyway, I want to paint the picture because it's hard for me to get the full glory of this song, just me playing guitar right now, right? I need a cast. It's a cast of 800 people. What's in a word? Carburetor. What's in a word? Carburetor. What's in a word? Carburetor. Carburetor, yeah. In American English, it's spelled with one T. Carburetor. In English, it has two actually. Carburetor. Sometimes it's shortened to carb in North America, carburetor. But they say carby in Australia. That's not a very good. We'd try to hire a real Australian person or someone who could. Yeah, we'd have a wacky Australian and they got carburetor. What's in a word? Carburetor. What's in a word? Carburetor. What's in a word? Carburetor. Carburetor. Carburetor comes from the French carbure. Carburetor. Carburet means to combine with carbon, it's true. Carburetor. To carburate in English means, if you care, carburetor. To mix the fuel with the air. Carburetor. What's in a word? Carburetor. What's in a word? Carburetor. What's in a word? Carburetor. Carburetor. And then everyone strikes a pose or something, carburetor. Maybe they're holding up maybe one person's holding up like a big tank of gasoline or something, and someone else has like air blowing to show that the carburetor mixes the air with the gas so the carburation can happen. That's about as technical as I can get. Wasn't that awesome? Anyway, that's the opening song to Carburetor the Musical. Hopefully was everyone enjoying that? Oh, the couch is bouncing. Oh yeah, because I was getting into it, right? If I get into it, it rocks all my stuff around. Yeah, sorry, I was just really into that. I was just so into that. You might have noticed by now, this is not a professional production here. Yeah, the couch was bouncing because everyone, that was a big show number. I hope you appreciated that. That was a lot of work. So anyway, that's the word carburetor. Yep. Did you know English? Yeah, so part of the reason I was spelling it wrong because it's actually spelled multiple ways. English has two T's, and the Americans only have one T because they're cheap. They can't afford the extra letter. Yeah, they can't afford it. Okay, carburetor. So I hope everyone enjoyed that. Don't want to produce that play. Oh, come on. You're going to might tax it. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to move on with my musical then. So that's the start. That's the start of Carburetor. We're talking about the word, and maybe we would go into like some different people. We would talk about Samuel Morey, who in 1826 patented the first patent for a carburetor. Isn't that interesting? And then, then Carl Benz. Oh, was he later of Mercedes-Benz? Probably. He developed an internal combustion engine, and he also did a patent for a different carburetor. Isn't that fascinating? In 1885, William Maybach and Gottlieb Daimler. That sounds like a car name too. They developed a float carburetor based on the atomizer nozzle. Atomizer nozzle. That's a good band name. We are Atomizer Nozzle. Yeah. So anyway, lots of stuff. So we talk about that. And then we talk about the carburetor coming in, and then we talk about the internal combustion engine, and then we get into this carburetor history song, and this is kind of like in the middle. Everything's going well for the carburetors. How did I have this one go? Okay. It's still a work in progress. So, you know, it's not perfect yet. It's almost perfect. It's pretty darn great so far. Here we go. Oh, I never put the word carburetor up. Oh, I've got that. I'm going to put it up now because it's been so much work getting these pictures here. There, carburetor. 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 Oh, that'd be good for a song too. Just have carburetor. What are you saying around all my down? Carburetor. Yeah, that would work too. Anyway, I didn't write that song yet. That's another song I can write. Okay, here we go. So this is kind of at the beginning. Carburetors are doing great. Everyone's excited about carburetors. A horse. Oh, did anyone say a horse? A horse has only 1 horsepower. Unless it's a big horse, then it might have like 1 1/4 or maybe even 1 1/2. It's a really big horse. And a little horse would have a little less, but generally 1 horsepower is as much horsepower as a horse can get. But engines get more than that without any horses being seen, especially with a carburetor. That's the casting, the other part. That combines air with gasoline. Now the whole cast joins in. Carburetors, you are invincible using Bernoulli. Oh, I said his name wrong. Carburetors, you're invincible using Bernoulli's principle. Actuating carburetor mechanisms that meter the flow of air being carried into the engine. So who needs stupid horses anyway? Carburetors show the way, and they are here to stay forever and another day. Carburetors, you're invincible using Bernoulli's principle, actuating carburetor mechanisms that meter the flow of air being carried to the engine. Anyway, so that's kind of at the start there. Carburetors are really taken off. Everyone's excited. The horses are sad, though. The horses are very sad. They're very sad because they're being replaced. So here we go. There's like an old-timey carburetors would be going on there. There's a middle part. I don't have a song for the middle part. Middle part would be when the carburetors are, you know, big racing cars and stuff like that. Rah, 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 zooming all over the place. Dave is saying Bernoulli's principle. You don't hear that in songs very much. No, you don't, and it's a shame. Most people besides me just don't have vision, right? They just don't have it. That's why they're where they are, and that's why I'm filming this high-powered show. It says 16 viewers at the moment, so that's pretty great. 16? That's more than that on the chat. Sometimes I doubt the stats here. Anyway. So that was that. So then we're going to have the bits, and the cars are there'll be like maybe a big Beach Boy type song with big cars driving around. I haven't written that yet. But then we get into like the 80s and 90s, and fuel injection really takes over until the carburetors are kicked out of cars completely. Isn't that sad? I didn't even know there are no carburetors in cars anymore, but they're not. I haven't been for a while. That's very sad. So I think, what do I have here? I think I have a picture of a sad carburetor. Here you go. Look, a little carburetor in a box. A little carburetor casket there. Yeah. So all that happens, and then things get really sad. And then there's this song about the last carburetor. That's just sad and lonely. So this is near the end. I am a carburetor, I'm the last of my kind. If you buy a car now, I'm something you will not find. It's so hard to keep going, my manifold is sagging, but I keep mixing air and fuel in this 1990 estate wagon. You might ask, what was it that caused us to disappear? We could not survive the infection of fuel injection. They were in and we were out. Those catalytic converters caused our murder. They said we were not precise enough. What's that all about? I am a carburetor, the last of my kind. Sure, there's new carburetors, but they're mostly now confined to little engines on boats or maybe chainsaws. But I'm the little carburetor who could, and I'll keep going on. Yes, I'll keep going on. Whew, that's a sad song. That's a sad song. Yeah, carburetors are pretty much out in North America by the 1990s. 1990 estate wagon, one of the very last vehicles to have a carburetor. Yeah, well, at least cars anyways, maybe on other vehicles, but cars, one of the last cars. Don't know, maybe they're still on motorcycles. Are they still on motorcycles? Anyone know? I don't know. I really don't know anything much about carburetors, but I think I'm doing pretty well. So that's how I'm starting. I don't know how to end the musical. I don't have an idea. It's a little sad to end it with. No one would want to see my musical if I ended with that song. They'd be like, oh my God, that was a bummer. I need a big song at the end. Huh. I don't know how to turn that around because the carburetors kind of they're not what they're not in the place of glory they used to be. Yeah. Can you call it a car without a carburetor? That's a great. Bob brings up a point. I don't know, Bob. Because I don't know. Actually, don't know. I guess you can because people do. So, should they though? Is another question. Yeah. So I don't know how to end my musical. Any suggestions would be. Because I can't end it on that bummer note there. So I don't know how to turn it around. Maybe they rise from the dead and they attack people and the carburetors eat humans. No, that doesn't seem like. I would have to set that up early in the story. Also, it just seemed contrived. Sing the praises of fuel, so maybe I turn it around and fuel injection is great. I can't have Carburetor the Musical then sing about how great fuel injection is. Maybe it can't be Carburetor the Musical then. Maybe it has to be a Car Engine the Musical. But then they'd be wiped out by the EVs probably at the end. A new day is rising. Yeah, something like that. Carbs also died at the same time. That's interesting. Ross points out that carbs went out of style the same time that carburetors went out of style. This is getting deep. This is really getting deep. There's a lot going on. A lot more going on than we might think here. So that was Carburetor the Musical. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm still working on it. If there's any investors, if anyone has a couple $1 million to get this thing off the ground, just send me an email. We'll start talking. We'll work something out. Okay, let's go back to my show notes. So, I'm exhausted after that then. Okay, so carburetors. I did find one song with carburetor in the title. So I was searching around going, is there any song that is actually called Carburetor Song? And like it says, they could rejoice. Sorry, I'm still getting show notes. Kego Mashuko says they could rejoice in how they used in small technologies. Right, so maybe they could switch it maybe they can be happy with their new, smaller and less, like maybe, yeah, okay. That could be. Yeah. It's like writing a song about the dinosaurs, hey? Like the dinosaurs. At the end, they just die from an asteroid. And I guess you could have them come back at Jurassic Park, but once again, that goes back to the eating people plot. Like, we're back again and we're eating people. Yum, 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 yum. I'd do Jurassic Park the musical, but I think I'd have a hard time negotiating the rights to that. Okay. Yeah. Grease lightning. Yeah, we can. David says I should just end with grease lightning. Yeah, I'll just end the show with grease lightning. Maybe the zombie thing. Maybe it is the zombie carburetor. Okay. I'm taking notes, but I'm going to take all these notes and I'm going to go back and workshop my my thing for a while. So I was looking for, let's take away the sad carburetor. I was looking for a Carburetor song, and I finally found one. I'm going to take you guys for a bit of a voyage here that I went on myself. So I finally found one, and I found it on the YouTube, and this was the image I got. This was not what I was expecting for a Carburetor song. Yeah, isn't that weird? It's a Hawaiian Carburetor song, which I guess is fine, but yeah, so I'm going to play that for you. Carburetor, where is that? Where's my Sunday songs? Here we go. So this is, it's called the Carburetor Song, and it also has a Hawaiian name, which I'm not going to butcher. So this is what I found on the internet. I'm going to sing this, but this is only the start of a journey. Start of a journey. Okay. And this is how it goes. Oh. Oh, will you love me when my carburetor is busted? Will you love me when I cannot shift my gear? Will you love me when I need a new condenser? Or when my clutch begins to shift, will you shed a tear? Will you love me when my battery needs recharging? Will you love me when I cannot blow that horn? When I'm connecting rod is bent and I know more than 5 cents. Will you love me, oh papa? Will you love me, oh papa? Will you love me when my cahuila cannot go? A cahuila, I'm guessing, is a car or something like that in Hawaiian. And then it just repeats it. It goes again. Will you love me when my carburetor's busted? Oh, and you love me when I can't no shift my gear? Oh, will you love me when I need a new condenser? Oh, when my clutch begins to shift, will you shed a tear? Oh, will you love me when my battery needs recharging? Oh, will you love me when I cannot blow that horn? Oh, when my connecting rod is bent and I have no more than 5 cents. Will you love me up, papa? Will you love me up, papa? Will you love me when my kahuila cannot go? Yeah, there we go. That's what I found for a Carburetor song. Interesting, isn't that interesting? Oh, Bob is ahead of me. Bob is already ahead of me. Yes. So then I found in the notes here for this song. So this was a song sung around Hawaii. Starting in the 1940s, and it was started like there's like the singing cab driver of Hawaii back in the 40s started singing it, and then it became kind of like a Hawaiian standard, and they had no idea that it was actually from another song. People had forgotten that it was from another song. So it was actually written, the original, which is a little different, and I'm going to sing that. The original is by this fellow here. Not Hawaiian, Benny Bell. Yeah, so this guy wrote it. Benny Bell has a lot of funny songs. But he wrote the Carburetor song. But he called it the automobile song. It turned into the Carburetor song. So the original was heard by this guy in Hawaii who then sang it around his cabs, and then it became a standard. And then only later, decades later, did they rediscover that it was actually based on this song here, which is the automobile song. Automobile song. So let's get into that. And that is, so then I discovered, okay, a couple was seated. I've only heard this a couple of times, so I'm just going to fake through it. And the only one who actually knows it is Bob. So, a couple was once seated in a little motor car. They were sweethearts and they didn't care who knew. They were holding hands together as the motor loudly roared, and as the price of gas went up to 22. Boy, that's high, $22. Oh, cents. He was an automobile mechanic, working steady throughout the year, and in terms of his profession, he whispered in her ear, will you love me when my carburetor's busted? Oh, will you love me when I cannot shift my gears? When my spark plug is as dead as Kelly's doorknob, and my clutch begins to slip, will you shed tears? Will you love me when my old exhaust gets noisy? Will you love me when my pump is on the blink? By heck, when my fender has a dent and my piston rod is bent, will you love me when my flivver is a wreck? I looked up the word flivver. It means old car back in like the 40s or 50s. which would mean like a car from the 1920s. Yeah. And then it goes on. Well, you love me when my fuel pump is empty. Oh, you love me when my rear end's worn and torn. Well, you love me when my rim rod's old and rusty. Well, you love me when I cannot blow my horn. Well, you love me when my inner tube is busted. Well, you love me when my tank begins to leak. By heck, when the junk man says no use. And my nuts and bolts are loose. Well, you love me when my flivver is a wreck. So there, that's the original. That was the original that I discovered. I mean, some of you already know it in here, but I had never heard that one before. What does it say here? The song was originally recorded in the 1940s on the mainland. That was by Benny Bell, and popularized by Hawaii's singing cab driver. Isn't that a great sentence? I love that. I'm going to say that sentence again. Popularized by Hawaii's singing cab driver, Myrtle K. Hilo. And his name's Myrtle. Benny Bell. So Benny Bell pioneered it. And then it ended up in Hawaii and became a Hawaiian standard. Isn't that fascinating? I found this fascinating, this little voyage I had. So then I looked up Benny Bell, because I didn't know. Once again, shame on me. Shame on me. I did not know about Benny Bell. And here's a picture. Here's a picture of Benny when he's older. Who's he with? Who's Benny Bell hanging out with? I bet you people know. You people probably know who that is there. Dr. D, that's right. So there he is with Dr. Demento. Because Dr. Demento was a part of the Benny Bell revival, because he wrote one of the greatest all-time comedy songs. And shame on me for not knowing this. Just shame on me. Anyway, I'm fixing it now. He wrote Shaving Cream. I always assumed the Shaving Cream song was like a kind of a folk tradition song, you know. But he wrote it. This guy wrote that song. He wrote that song. Awesome. So yeah, okay. I'm getting educated by this show myself, which is, I think, important. So Benny Bell wrote the automobile song that not a lot of people had heard of, except for in Hawaii. World is weird. But he wrote Shaving Cream. Shaving Cream. Greatest. Oh my God. And Shaving Cream was, I think it was a moderate success when he put it out, but then it became like a mega hit. So he put it out in the 40s, but it became a huge hit in the 70s. Dr. Demento started playing it, and it ended up on the charts. It was like in the music charts in the 70s, like it charted 30 years later. Isn't that something? I think that's something. Crazy world. Anyway, so I'm now going to sing Shaving Cream. So I've gotten from Carburetors all the way to getting to sing Shaving Cream. I did it. How many moves was that? So here it is. Shaving Cream by Benny Bell. Once again, I feel upset that I did not know the writer of this fantastic song. I have a sad story to tell you. It might make your feelings a bit. Last night when I walked in my bathroom, I stepped in a big pile of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look clean. I think I'll break off with my girlfriend. Her antics are queer, I'll admit. Each time I say, darling, I love you, she tells me that I'm full of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. Our baby fell out of the window. You'd think that her head would have split. But good luck with her that morning. She fell into a barrel of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. An old lady died in a bathtub. She died from a terrible fit. In order to fulfill her wishes, she was buried in 6 feet of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. when I was in France with the army. One day I looked into my kit. I thought I would find me a sandwich, but the darn thing was loaded with shaving cream. Be nice and clean, shave every day and you'll always look keen. And now, folks, my story is ended. I think it is time I should quit. If any of you feel offended, stick your head in a barrel of shaving cream. Be nice and clean, and you'll always be clean. There it is. That was a voyage. I never thought when I was starting up on the research for the Carburetor episode that I would end up singing shaving cream. But I am happy that that's where it took me. Yep, that was it. That was the voyage. Anyone talking about that? Dr. Mento? Yeah, shaving cream. Yep. Shish kebab. Oh, Bob has he has an album. Okay. I'm gonna have to look up some more Benny Bell. He's like it's interesting because when you're in the music comedy business, music comedy had like a heyday back. Well, anytime other than like the 80s and 90s, even though there's still some groups doing it, and Weird Hal was carrying the torch. But Weird Hal. That's gonna be my cover band. My Weird Hal cover band is Weird Hal. Yeah, and it'll be I'll sing everything like in the voice from Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey. That'll be a great act. I'll sell lots of tickets. Shaving cream. Yeah, so it used to be a big thing. So I'm always excited when I go back and find the people who were there for the heyday of it. Writing comedy songs as if that's something you just did, you know? Yep. Kogamush, we used to shave and clean for cleaning classroom desks when you were in 4th grade. Really? 4th grade. Awesome. Yeah. Yep. That's great. Great song. So I think that's most of my voyage. Was that most of my voyage for today? I got some more stuff coming up, just a little bit more. Let me get back to my notes here. I have notes now. That's how professional I've gone for this show. Notes. Shave. Oh, time to vote. It'll be about time to vote on next week's show. Okay, just in a second here. So start thinking. Start thinking about what kind of topics. Give yourself a second here, because this always takes me a minute. I keep on meaning to find a better way to do this survey, and I will eventually. There we go. Okay. Got to go into... Oh, I'm not logged in. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, technical difficulties. Oh, and it sent me a token. Okay. Oh, crap. This isn't going to work then. Why did it log me out? Okay. I can't log in to my poll. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to conduct the poll then. Jeez. How am I going to do this? Well, I guess, why don't you just list some potential things, and we'll just, I don't know, you'll just do it in the comments, and I'll see how many people want what. Yeah, so I have to log into my Twitch account. I do the poll through the actual Twitch platform. It's something I use that for, but it's logged me out. I guess maybe after, and it's going to take me too much fiddling to get back on it right now. So just give me, I'll just count in the chat room, sure. So just give me, let's list some things. So what are some topics? St. Patrick's Day, okay. So the next one will be in 2 weeks. So I think it'll be a little after St. Patrick's Day, but we can still do St. Patrick's Day. My thesis, time loops, okay. And Benny Bell, okay. Okay, time loop, St. Patrick's Day, Benny Bell. Just put it in the chat. I can read them all. I'll just see which one has the most. Okay, so we got at least one for thesis, one for time loops. I don't know how I'm going to do time loops. Shamrocks. Okay, thesis, 2, 3 for thesis. Okay. Thesis. Oh, okay. Well, it looks good. Looks like it's going to be thesis. You guys are really? Oh my God, you are in for Trouble. My God. Okay, well, wow. I pity all of you in 2 weeks' time, because I can talk about it for hours without having, but it's not pleasant. I warn people back when there were parties, and people go, "Oh, so what are you working on at university?" And I'd go, "Are you asking that to be nice, or do you really want to know? Because once I press start, you're going to be stuck in this corner for a couple hours." Yeah. So, okay, but you've pressed start. Thesis. Okay. Oh, and Wood Rail Walking wants his thesis, the Canadian Security and Information Service, or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it is. Okay. Really want to know? Okay. You guys are gluttons for punishment. I do have a song. I already wrote a song about my thesis, so I've got one song all ready to go. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to now sing an Arrogant Worm song that's roughly in line with this. I'm going to sing a little song called Carful of Pain, except that I've worked in the word carburetor. Isn't that clever of me? Mm-hmm. Yep. I've worked in the word carburetor. I'll just, I'm going to sing Carful of Pain. And after that, I think we're going to have a little bonus time, because this is really, because I didn't have a guest on today. I couldn't think of anyone to talk about carburetors. I have a mechanic, but I don't know him that well. I think it would have been weird for me to ask him to talk about carburetors. I guess I could have asked the group if they knew anyone who liked to talk about carburetors. Here, I'm gonna before I sing my song, I'm gonna thank my patrons. I'm trying to get this. This is microcasting, right? Microcasting. So I'm trying to get support just by the people who want to support me. I'm gonna thank my patrons: Aaron, David, Matt, Geneva, Jennifer, Rebecca, Tony, and Angela and Rob. Those are my big backers at the moment. If you want to support me, just go on Patreon. I'm also putting out a new Very Grim Fairy Tale every month just on Patreon. I think this month I'm going to put out The Pretentious Wine Drinkers. I almost have that one done. Pretentious Wine. It's good. It's a very good story. I put out The Perfect Potato last month. So if you want that, go to my Patreon page and become a patron. You can read my Very Grim Fairy Tales, and you can help support this show. And once a year, if you're at the highest level of patron, I will kill you in verse. I'm going to write either a fairy tale or a nursery rhyme, a nasty nursery rhyme, and kill off all of my high level supporters in an amusing way. And once again, not really. I'm not actually going to kill you. I'm not going to be like the flesh-eating zombie carburetors. It's just purely fictional. Purely fictional. I just don't have time to find everyone and kill them individually. I just don't have time. I apologize. I would love to do that. Carful of Pain. Let's go to Carful of Pain. Carful of Pain. Here we go. Gotta put my do. Okay, I have to try to remember where I change the lyrics here. Sing along if you know it, except for the part that I changed, because you won't know that. But I'm not going to tell you where it is. I bought me an auto in 81 Ford Escort wagon. Now the fan it be broke and the tailpipe it be dragging. I feel like a schlemiel, my mechanic's fit for hanging. I gotta go to Rustrick, about the price I'll be haggling. I can't drive it home because the muffler it be sagging. Got a car full of pain. Satan's in my engine, bells of bubs in my trunk. Mephistopheles at the wheel because I'm too goddamn drunk. Baal's my passenger, Lucifer hopped in later. I got demons in the coolant, gremlins in the carburetor. This escort needs an exorcism, Pan is to blame. Got a car full of pain. I put a tiger in my chink, I let a chance run my gas. I got a demon in a hood, a pain in the ass. I think the seats are broken, oh no! Take it, Blind Lemon Trevor. I'm giving it back. I can't take it. Okay, well, I'll just keep on going then. Yeah, I would love to take it, but I'm already playing the guitar. Oh, I see. Please, please, mister, take your blessed wrench. Cast out this demon horde. Replace the brimstone stench with the smell of gasoline, a heavenly muffled roar. I worship you, oh speedy man, Mr. Good Wrench, even more. Let her run, let it run, let her run. Oh, God, let her run. And now it purrs just like a kitten, it roars just like a lion, it looks just like a temple god from caught by the mines. Here comes the mechanic. Oh no, how much? $400, 400, like $4,000, you piece of slime, you smell and you suck. Your mother was a jackal, your mom's a sister, bitch, I got a car full of pain. 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 Yeah, I got a car full of pain. A car full of pain. Car full of, car full of, car full of pain. It's a car and it's full of pain. There you go. There you go. Car full of pain. Car full of pain. Okay. Well, that's all I had to say about carburetors. I got some extra time. If anyone has a question for me and want me to talk about, make this the official end of the show. And anyone who wants to hang around for the next couple of minutes can. We'll chop for a bit, and then I'll do one more song. I don't know what. Just because I don't want to end too early. But I still think I got 46 minutes of carburetor material in there. I'm pretty happy with myself. That was pretty well. Okay, I cheated a bit with shaving cream. Okay, that was a little bit of a cheat. I thought it was fun though. I love shaving cream. I love that. Oh my god, as a kid, I thought that was you know what? I still think is the funniest thing. I think that's a funny song. Yeah, I like the last verse of Shaving Cream the best. Yeah, if you don't like the song, you're just full of shaving cream. Okay. So BJ is wanting Patreon. The link isn't on the Twitch people don't get that link, do they? So there's a site called Patreon, and if you put Patreon, Patreon, that's right, and just Google Patreon Trevor Strong, and my page will pop up. And I appreciate anyone who's helped support me. I used to have one years ago when I was putting out songs, but then the Arrogant Worms, we decided to put out songs, which is a pretty good idea. So I dropped my page, but now that I have more time since my stupid thesis is almost done, I decided I can start write. I want to write more. I'm also working on a couple of books. This will give me time to write on. One book is called Stanley the Stinky Fairy, which I think, as you will agree, is a book that must be finished. So I'm working on that one too. I'll start posting that one probably after I post all the fairy tales. Patreon.com. Just Google Trevor Strong at patreon.com. And it'll pop up. Okay. Anyone have any questions? Any questions? The link to the Patreon is in the description on YouTube and Facebook, but Twitch doesn't do that. Can I put it on Patreon? Yeah, it's just patreon.com, and then you just look for my name, patreon.com. There it is. There. I almost never put stuff in the chat. There you go. I guess I could find the whole link, I guess. How are you doing today? Oh, I'm doing pretty good today, actually. Not too bad. Sun's out, so that's good. What else? I don't have to work on my thesis anymore, so that's good. The show I thought went moderately well, so that's good. I ended a little early, but I thought it might. I'm still upset with my inability to get my blue screen to work properly after all this time. And I've had it work properly before, but now I tried something new with the lighting, and it obviously failed. I thought it succeeded. But that's a minor thing. And my daughter made cake last night, so we had cake for dinner, which was pretty awesome. It was a pretty awesome cake. So that was good. But cake and ice cream. Yep. So that was good. So overall, pretty well at the moment. Pretty well. Yep. No more lockdown. No, we're still, Kingston's not that locked down. Someone's asking about the lockdown in Kingston. It's not that bad. We've been able to go to stores and stuff, and the kids are in school. But yeah, you still are supposed to wear masks and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, Koga Mishuku. I had pizza that was reheated in a waffle iron. That sounds awesome. I have a waffle iron, and I often have leftover pizza. That sounds like a great idea. Wow. Okay, that's going up in here. That's going right up here. Next time I have leftover pizza, I always put it in the toaster. But the waffle iron, that's an interesting idea. This is good. I like this sharing part of the show. Yeah. Like I said, you don't have to stick around when the official show's over, but this is a fascinating. Okay. Make sure it is a sandwich. so the crust side is out. So you have to either fold a pizza, or it'd be best with, I guess, 2 pieces of pizza. And then you have the crust out on both sides. And then and it kind of makes, wow, okay. There's some high-level thinkers in this audience. I really like the people in the stream. Okay, fold it over 2 pieces. Thank you. Well, that's a good tip. Wow. I have a feeling that information is going to change my life. Huh. That's big. Wow. I'm totally going to do that. Okay. Unfortunately, we just bought pizza, but we had some extra in, but the kids have already eaten it, so I can't try it out right away. You can also toast a steak. This is FNAF says you can also toast a steak. Really? This is amazing. People are blowing my minds today. Yeah, it makes the cheese. Okay. Yeah. Well, this is quite the thing. Okay. Any other questions? But actually, I've been asking the questions. This is all good. I wonder. Why don't I sing one more song and we'll call it a morning? Call it a morning. We'll call it a morning. I don't know what to. If somebody puts something in the stream that I actually might want to do, I don't know. I won't know that till you put it in. Waffle Iron Musical. Well, that would be Waffle Iron. Yeah. The only waffle I like is Waffle Iron. 'Cause of pancakes I am tiring. I don't want to have food that's flat. Waffle puts in little squares and that. Waffle iron waffle, waffle iron waffle. Okay, anyway, I'm working on it. Waffle Iron the Musical. That's okay. I can try that too. Okay. FNF says going to finish that. Okay. Are you done with that? That's I'll do that. Lyrics more. Okay, that's a good one. FNF thought of a song that fits in actually to the topic, which is quite nice. This is one that was an Arrogant Worms Patreon song that we were just talking about. So it's only really, I performed it a couple of times on the streams. Beside that, it's only ever been done on the across the table. Okay, I just have to remember how it goes. So this will close out the show. Thanks again to everyone coming by. I appreciate it. I'll be posting this on YouTube, and it also exists on Facebook somewhere. Now that I have more time, I'm going to try to figure out how to organize this stuff properly. It's organized properly on YouTube, though. If you ever want to look back at the previous episodes or you miss one. So 2 weeks be the next one, and it'll be on my thesis. I've got one song. It's going to be hard to find other. I'll find some other songs. I'll find some way. I look at you across the table. Your eyes connect with mine. It's only our first date, but I feel that I can state a question that's been growing in my mind. Are you done with that? There's still some good meat there. Are you done with that? No point in going to waste. Are you done with that? Let's not call the waiter yet. There's still some pretty good stuff on that plate. You respond, I'm going to the bathroom, which does not answer the question that I asked. So I wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait till it's clear you're not coming back. So I guess you're done with that. Why didn't you just tell me? You're done with that, it's here and you are gone. You're done with that, and I guess you're done with me too. But at least you left me something to chew on. To chew on. I'm good with that. I'm eating that. 'Cause you're done with that. Thank you, everybody. Well, that's been quite a journey through carburetors and shaving cream. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it, as always. We'll see you all in 2 weeks 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah, have a good day. I'm going to have a good day. I can't promise that. I can't promise that I'm going to have a good day. I'm not in control of destiny. Okay, setting myself up there. Setting myself up. I hope you all have good days, though. And I hope I have